Autocrossing on a racetrack is an awesome experience. More pavement means courses can be longer and faster, and great course designers can take advantage of the track's twists and turns to create a challenging chain of cones. I love coming to this 2-mile road course, but this season the events haven't been going my way. My 2004 IRS swapped V6 has gone up against a fast 1986 Mustang GT at 2 previous events. I coned away a win at one event, then got beat by .539 seconds at the next one. Those 2 defeats drove home something I've suspected all season. I've lost a little bit of my autocross mojo. I've been competitive against fast drivers, but it feels like I spent most of 2023 trying not to lose instead of going after wins. That's not a strategy that earns championships. Cam T11 has been getting faster all season. He's beaten me at 3 events with this club. He's pushed me to be better, and honestly, I haven't stepped up. Today's event is one of the 2 points events I have left with this club this season. Both events are at this racetrack. A loss today will seriously hurt my chances of winning the season championship. I need to prove that I still have what it takes to win. This video shows my first and fastest runs and the adjustments I made to get my mojo back. It's 80 degrees and sunny. There are cones covering half of the grippy 2 miles of pavement. The course is a mix of slaloms and offset elements, and there are 3 tricky eyebrows tossed in to keep drivers on their toes. I'm only up against Cam T11 today, but there's a twist. He's brought a different V8 Fox Body Mustang that I've never competed against. My V6 is exactly where it was born to be, up against a fast driver in a more powerful car. But my unicorn won't win this uphill battle unless I sharpen my skills. My Rival S 1.5 315s are set at 28 psi for run number 1. I need an aggressive and clean first run to set the right tone for the day. .260 plus 1. My mojo was a no-show. My aggression was inconsistent, I used the brakes too often and too much, and I waited too long to get back on the gas, exiting elements. Hitting a cone in the second eyebrow didn't help restore my confidence in my driving skills. Even worse, the penalty forced me to change my attack strategy. I only have 3 runs left. I need a clean run in the bank so I can be freed up to attack harder on my last 2 runs. I intentionally slowed down on run number 2 to make sure I didn't hit any cones. I ran an 87.849. Not fast, but it was clean. Now I can focus on analyzing my first run and making adjustments. I was accelerating through the entire first slalom. That means I can enter the slalom at a faster speed and stay aggressive through the slalom. I slowed down way too much entering the first eyebrow. I hit the eye cone in the second eyebrow because my line was off. I actually did a good job of attacking the third eyebrow, but I can find more speed in all three eyebrows. There are subtle differences between the eyebrows, but they are all faster than they look. It's easy to run the wrong line and hit the entry cone, the eye cone, or the exit cone. Or all three cones if I really mess up. The first eyebrow requires more steering input. The entry is slower than the others, but I made it painfully slow. If I brake later and less, I can raise my entry speed. I want to get back on the throttle at or ahead of the eye cone. In the second and third eyebrows, I can make a smooth arc that links the elements before and after the eyebrows. The correct line allows me to be on the throttle through the eyebrow. Putting my car in the wrong position will force me to slow down to make a sharper steering input. On my first run, I wasn't fast out of elements. There's open space between several elements on this course where I'm only making slight or moderate steering inputs to set up for the next element. Getting back on the gas aggressively as I'm exiting elements will chop chunks of time off of my runs. If I enter the first slalom as fast as I can drive through the slalom, attack the eyebrows correctly, and focus on being fast out of elements, I'll find speed almost everywhere on course. When you've lost your mojo, analysis can be overwhelming. There are multiple slaloms I can screw up. There are 3 eyebrows to deal with, and I've already hit one eye cone today. Thinking about being fast out of almost every element on this sprawling course can lead to being too aggressive in a section that tightens up, resulting in a penalty or a DNF. That's a lot to think about when I'm attacking the course. So I distilled the analysis down to 2 simple, specific things that I can quickly tell myself as I'm driving: aggression and position. If I look at every element through the lens of applying the right amount of aggression and putting the car in the correct position, my attack strategy will be much easier to execute. Heading into my 4th run, I'm not thinking about my competition. I can't control what Cam T11 does, but I can control how hard I push myself and my Mustang. My tires are set at 25 psi, and I'm ready for redemption. 2:04.918, 2.342 seconds faster than my first run, not including the penalty. I entered the first slalom faster, stayed fast through the slalom, and I accelerated into the next element. I was faster into, through, and out of the first eyebrow. I didn't quite nail the second eyebrow, but I was fast through the third eyebrow. I got back on the throttle early and aggressively in areas where I could be fast out of elements. You can hear how much more time I spent on the throttle, and you can see that my fourth run was much smoother than my first run. After months of struggling to find speed, I finally felt like my old self. I was focused and fast, and most importantly, I was driving to win. But did getting my mojo back put me back atop the CAMT podium? First place by 4.326 seconds. My raw time was 28th out of 89 drivers. I came away with a much-needed victory and a motivating reminder that my raw times aren't as fast as I'd like them to be. I still have more work to do to capture the CAMT Season Championship in this club. I'll reveal whether or not I took home the trophy in my 2023 Autocross season review.